Hello dear movie lovers. Welcome to FilmHead. Here are 5 crime thriller films that you should watch at least one time. These films will keep your focus on screen till the end. So let's start it. Number 5. Ini Utharam. This is an Indian Malayalam film directed by Siddhish Ramachandran. It is based on plot of a woman who confesses to a murder, claims that the investigating inspector is her accomplice. She wants to show him where she has buried the body, and while he tries to dismiss her, with pressure from the media and local people, the police were forced to take her to the crime spot. However, at the crime scene, the suspense intensifies with an unexpected twist. We do not need to see a lot of movie sequences to pick up on a director's aesthetic sense. The first scene in Ini Utharam features Kerala's Home Minister giggling with glee over a TV news report claiming that Kerala has the best law and order enforcement system in India. And the scene is followed by a heroic scene featuring Harish Uthaman before the movie focuses on the main plot. The dated feel of these two scenes gives this film an unexciting start. Even though the idea of showing the central character claiming to be a murderer is intriguing, the treatment of those scenes doesn't have that gripping tone to its credit. Ini Utharam is a thriller that misunderstands rearranging the script order with reinventing the narrative. Instead of delivering a layered thriller with valuable details that fill all the blanks, what we get is a bloated thriller that feels very basic even when it has revealed everything. In addition to showing how police officers might lie for personal gain. Director Siddhish Ramachandran attempts to expose the relationship between the police and political elites. There was a good sense of suspense in the first half, which was expertly written and performed. The attempt to fit in too many elements, including the police-politician ties, flashbacks, fresh evidence, and Janaki landing in front of Siddique's portrayal of the political leader, throws the second half off course. Ini Utharam is a watchable movie, showing women power. A thriller for adults, with a light touch of love and romance. Number 4. Memories of Murder. Based on the true story of South Korea's first serial killer, the film was directed by Bong Joon-ho, who is the director of renowned Parasite film. It takes place in the rural town of Hwaseong in the 1980s and is told from the killer's point of view. The film has an engrossing and skillfully crafted plot that keeps viewers glued to the screen. In the opening scene of the film, a young woman's body is discovered in a field in Hwaseong. This discovery prompts a desperate search for a serial killer who targets young women exclusively. The 2 detectives assigned to the case, Park Do-man and Cho Young-koo, have made a number of mistakes and encountered roadblocks due to their lack of experience and inadequate resources. The movie looks at the psychological toll the case is having on the town as a whole, as well as the detectives as the investigation goes on. Viewers will have a deeply touching experience as a result of the film's deft integration of trauma, obsession, and salvation into its plot. The latter act of the movie is particularly gripping as the investigators draw closer to finding the murderer. The film's finale is surprising and heartbreaking. Bong Joon-ho is responsible for both the direction and cinematography, which complement the acting very well. The use of light and shadow in the film does an excellent job of conveying the film's gloomy and ominous atmosphere. Additionally, the ominous score adds to the sense of unease and foreboding. It is also noteworthy that Bong's direction is notable for its adept handling of tonal shifts, which allows for the seamless integration of humorous and light-hearted moments with the film's darker and more intense ones. Overall, Memories of Murder is a film that anyone interested in crime dramas or films with emotional resonance should watch. It is a filmmaking masterpiece that should not be missed due to the superb acting and captivating story, as well as Bong Joon-ho's near-perfect direction and cinematography. Number 3. Thozhil. Thozhil is a Tamil movie that will capture your attention from the very first frame and won't let go until the unforgettable climax. With its brilliant storytelling, gripping screenplay, and powerful performances, this film is one that deserves all the accolades it has received. Directed by a visionary filmmaker, Thozhil delves into the heart-wrenching realities of the job market and the struggles faced by many individuals in their pursuit of a livelihood. Thozhil, like most investigative thrillers, opens with a mysterious murder case that puts the police officials on their toes. But how the investigation unfolds is quite unusual and interesting, as it doesn't play the usual whodunit game. Director Vignesh Raja, instead, takes us into the lives of the people with disturbed childhoods and shows how a little affection can make some sort of difference in the lives of many. A few twists seem all too convenient, and the connection between the different era killers is not very convincing. The writing by Alfred Prakash and Vignesh Raja is so intelligent that the cinematography and editing naturally are top-notch. The background score by Jakes Bijoy seems too generic and distracting. The best part is, he keeps the events engaging and enticing, even after we get to know the identity of the murderer. Many psycho-thrillers have spoken about disturbed childhood and how it ruins an individual's life. This one, too, touches upon a similar theme and succeeds. Number 2, What Happened to Monday? A ridiculous, violent, funny dumb science fiction action film directed by Tommy Wirkola in which Noomi Rapace plays septuplets fighting against a dystopian government. There is no strobe lighting in Tommy Wirkola's sci-fi film, which debuts soon on Netflix, but epileptics triggered by rhythmic, dazzling flashes of blinding stupidity should consider themselves warned away from What Happened to Monday. It is the near future, and extreme overcrowding has resulted in an over-reliance on genetically modified crops, which is why the number of multiple births is abnormally high. And so governments have instigated a draconian one-child policy by which any additional siblings born will be forcibly cryogenically frozen until an unspecified future date when everything will be copacetic. Certain genetically modified foods have led to a massive increase in multiple births. There isn't enough food to feed the increasing population. To counter this, a strict one-child policy is enforced. Younger siblings are placed in cryosleep to await better times. When Karen Setman dies giving birth to identical septuplets, they are raised in secret by their grandfather. He names them after the days of the week. When they are old enough, he lets each one out on the day corresponding to their name. On that day, they are Karen Setman. 7 sisters can't go out of home at a time due to strict rules and regulation of the government to the multiple children of a family. But Oneidi, Monday, doesn't come home after leaving at night. The other 6 girls, who have distinct enough personalities to allow Rapace to have a little fun, one is more of a bookworm than her sisters, one is more physically outgoing, etc., have to figure out what happened to Monday. It leads them into the clutches of the Child Allocation Board, and the truth about Nicolette Cayman's vision for the future. What Happened to Monday is just not as fun as you'd think it would be given the ridiculousness of its concept, the talent of its star, and even that one action scene. Number 1. My Name is Vendetta. My Name is Vendetta delivers a solid revenge story that brings grounded combat sequences and a strong emotional focus to its narrative. The killer must be killed, this is the law. Showing mercy is a sign of weakness. This pretty much sums up the level of violence that will be served throughout the course of this revenge drama. Cosimo Gomez, an Italian filmmaker, aims to live up to the expectations of hardcore action fans while also incorporating a healthy dose of human relationship melodrama, utilizing the central duo of a father and daughter around whom the story is built. Santo and his determined teenage daughter Sofia are having this terse conversation in an abandoned hotel near their farmstead in the South Tyrol region of northern Italy. Santo has supplies stashed there, like an extra car, burner phones, and passports. It is also where, for better or worse, he hid his former identity as Domenico Franz, a mafia enforcer. Now that he and Sofia are running, things are unquestionably worse. She has a lot to process, especially in light of the startling tragedy that has befallen them. Santo appears to recognize that his daughter is capable of recovering despite everything. He is aware of her toughness when playing hockey with her club. Additionally, they have a similar outlook to Bucks and Call of the Wild by Jack London. Throughout the film's 92-minute runtime, writer-director Gomez blends revenge drama with equal amounts of emotion, but despite everything in place, from fast-paced storytelling to brutal murders, My Name is Vendetta falls short of the thrill quotient. My Name is Vendetta becomes a kind of coming-of-age story for Sofia, who newcomer Ginevra Francesconi plays with an intriguing, evolving mix of sadness, anger, and impelled resignation. As she begins to understand the unscrupulous, unchanging nature of the Ndrangheta, it actually makes Sofia love her father more, and inspires her to stand against everyone he couldn't.